All right, Shalom. First and foremost, like to give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great men so that rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This is Marcus from Trend.com. Just want to do a little edification for the elect's sake. And as you can see here, I'll pull up this article. It says suicidal tendencies. TNT, which is Trinidad and Tobago, has the third highest suicide rate in Caribbean. Here's how to address it. All right, it says every 2 days someone dies by suicide in Trinidad and Tobago, according to the World Health Organization. TNT, which is Trinidad and Tobago, has the third highest suicide rate regionally, behind Suriname and Guyana. These countries share high East Indian populations who are most impacted by suicides. All right, so this is Elam. And Elam be killing out themselves. But, to hell with Elam and these other nations. Now, recently, there was this incident in Trinidad where a young lady, she jumped from her apartment building, and I believe she died the week after. There was a guy that jumped off a bypass onto another vehicle. He died the following day. And there are a lot of cases where, Jake be basically killing themselves. All right, I saw a video the other day with a man, a Jake from Jamaica. He caught his wife in an adulterous act, and he drank gramazone, which is a poisonous, a herbicide, a weedicide. All right. So, as the scripture said, we're gonna have trouble on every side. Among these nations, we shall have no rest. But guess what? Being in this truth, we go through a lot of hell. As the scripture said in Acts 14:22, it says, through much tribulation we enter into the kingdom of heaven. But what makes us different from the average two-third? What causes us to hold on and not go insane, clinically insane, or be driven to commit the act of suicide, of taking our own life? What keeps us from, being derailed and, losing our minds? Guess what? Hope and faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's what keeps us in our sane mind. Our hope is what strengthens us. And I believe that is what I'm going to call this video. Our hope is what strengthens us or sustains us. All right? Because without hope, as the scripture says, without faith it's impossible to serve him. But guess what? We stand by faith, and by hope we stand. All right? And without hope, without the hope to escape this life, this wicked life, and this wicked flesh, this wicked kingdom, without hope to be delivered by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to enter into the kingdom, guess what? We ourselves will go mad. All right? We ourselves will go mad on a daily basis. All right? Some of us can't even see. There's this one brother, in the camp, he can't even get to see his daughter. His daughter probably a year now. All right? And he can't even get to see his daughter. He only saw his daughter for about, probably 3 days within the whole year. Because why? Because he don't want to be with the mother. The mother, she punishing him by keeping the child away. Other brothers be going through the same, baby mama drama, going through problems with their wife, on their work, with two-thirds, where bills concern, financially, we be catching hell. Sickness, we be catching hell. And things like these will actually drive sane men to go mad or to actually take their own life. All right? As Apostle Taz said, waiting is the hardest part. You waiting on the glory to come. The scripture said there is a wisdom that increaseth sorrow. So now knowing where we're supposed to be and know where we are right now and catching these hells, why won't we, kill ourselves, commit suicide or, go insane? Hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is what actually keeps us on track. Hope to escape the pollution of this world. Our hope is what sustains us. All right? This is Hebrews chapter 6 verse 19. It says, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul. So the hope is the anchor of our soul. And when you look up that word soul, goes back to the Greek word psyche, which means mind. So hope we have as an anchor for the mind that keeps us rooted and grounded in this truth. All right? What the scripture said in John chapter 17, it says, let me read it real quick. Boom, boom, boom. See if I could. John chapter 17 verse 15. It says, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from evil. So the Lord keeping us from evil. The Lord keeping us, with the scripture said, he would be with us even unto the ends of the world. So the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai keeping us from going mad, from killing ourselves, and from doing, as the scripture said, prepare thy soul for temptation. We be catching a lot of hell. The kind of hell that we be catching in this truth will send the average two-third crazy or driven to commit suicide or to commit homicide. You know, to go and kill somebody. The things that we have to endure. The normal people in this world can't endure the things that we endure on a daily basis. All right, so we have to count our blessings that the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he with us. As the scripture said, I can do all things through Yahweh Shai that strengthens me. Hebrews 6 and 19, it says, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, which is the mind, both sure and steadfast, that and which entered into that within the veil. So our hope is what anchors us into this truth. That, you know, doesn't make us leave the truth and go back into the world, because we realize since we come into this truth, we catching a lot of hell. Our hope and our faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is what keeps us anchor, that we don't go clinically insane or commit homicide or suicide, do some criminal acts, or go and thief because, you know, the Lord, you know, have us, you know, abased, and, you know, the things that we would want to do, we can't do. Our hope is what keeps us sane when we, day by day, as the scripture said, a man stricken with grief. When you look it up, means that a man who was sick, Yahweh was a sickly man. All right? Our hope and our faith for the brothers that's sick is what keeps us, or with some other impediment, some other bodily impediment, that keeps us from, you know, from going mad, you know, from, you know, being, you know, permanently affected mentally from our illnesses or from our, you know, physical, you know, impediment. All right? Our hope and our faith is what actually keeps us from doing these things. All right? And we have to thank Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for strengthening us, for giving us the strength to endure. All right? And I remember Apostle Gabar said a couple of years back that we're not supposed to pray to escape the situation that we're in, but pray to endure it. Pray for strength to endure. Because we have to endure it. What did Jeremiah says? Woe is me for my hurt. My wound is grievous, but I must endure it. We have to go through this, because that tribulation is what purifies us. The things that the hell that we catch is what actually purifies us. All right? So we have to increase in hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 10. It says, but the God of all grace, who had called us unto his eternal glory by Yahushua Mashiach, after that we have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthened, settle you. So the Lord, after we suffered for a while, the Lord gonna make us perfect, because why? The tribulation is what purifies us. It makes us perfect. All right? The new scripture says she'll pass us through hard parts first. Established. All right? Establish means that what? You're not going to move. Your feet going to be planted in this truth. You're going to be a seed that planted in good grounds and strengthened. You're going to have strong roots. All right? That when the winds blow and the waters roar, guess what? We're going to remain firm in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because why? Because of that faith and that hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And settled in mind. Settled that, hey, when we catching these hell, we just going to be patient and take. We're going to take our tribulations with patience. But guess what? We're going to suffer. All right? But the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is with us in each step. The Lord with us in each step. And it's our faith and hope in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that keeps us. All right? Now, in 1 Peter 5:10, I want to look up the word suffered. It go back to pasture. It says what? To be affected or have been affected. To feel, have a sensible experience to undergo. In a good sense, to be well off. In a good case, in a bad sense, to suffer sadly. And we suffering sadly day by day. Of what? To be a sick person. Of a sick person. So some of us sick. Some of us, blind. Some of us, might have loss of some bodily function, might lose a child, lose a loved one, lose, many loved ones. All right? But guess what? The Lord said, wherever you lose in this life, you're going to gain 100-fold in the kingdom to come. All right? You might have had a well-blooming business before you came into the truth, but the Lord took it all away, and now you basically, close to being on the streets. You have to be living by Akim, and just, the life that I was accustomed to, not accustomed to it anymore. All right? Because why? Because the Lord actually puts us through this to actually build us up. He breaks us down to build us up, a new man in Yahushai. All right? But we have to have hope, and we have to have faith, and our hope and our faith is what actually sustains us, is what actually drives us to continue. It compels us to finish the race. All right? The scripture says better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So we have to finish this race. We have to finish this race, and our faith and our hope is what actually gonna drive us to finish, because we know we're gonna inherit the kingdom. We're gonna inherit the kingdom. So we're not looking at the now, we're looking at the hereafter. All right? And the kingdom and that rest and that peace and that everlasting joy is the hereafter, and this is what we're looking forward to. All right? We have to hold on, because guess what? If we don't hold on, hey, we just gonna perish. We're gonna die. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 19. It says, if in this life only we have hope in Mashiach, we are of all men most miserable. And we not only in this life have hope in Yahushai. So if we're going to catch all this hell, and in the next life, we're going to have to go through, being born, not knowing who we are, have to catch hell once again, and then learn the truth all over again, then guess what? As Paul said, we're going to be most miserable. And if it's going to be a continuous thing, then we're most miserable to be, sacrificing our daily lives to, put towards this ministry. And at the end, it's just a recurring cycle. Guess what? We're going to be most miserable. But no, the scripture said he will no more cast us out. We're not going to be going through this for too long. All right? The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai coming to deliver us, and soon and very soon we're not going to have to go through what we're going through anymore. The scripture said he will wipe all tears away from their eyes. And we don't have hope in this life only. We have hope in the hereafter, the kingdom to come, the first resurrection. That is where we have hope in. That is what we have hope in, to be with Yahushai. When the Lord comes to deliver us with the chariots of heaven, the so-called UFOs, that is what we have hope in, to see the downfall of our enemy and the end of our captivity, the end of Jacob's suffering, the end of Jacob's trouble. This is what we're looking forward to, the hope of the kingdom. This is what we're looking forward to. That is our hope. Our hope is not hoping that things might change. Our hope is that we know that things will change. Are we hoping? Are we looking forward to it coming? This is our hope. This is Revelation chapter 7 verse 16. It says, they shall hunger no more, neither shall thirst any more, neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of them shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters. And God, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. The Lord gonna wipe away all tears from our eyes. He gonna take away all our burdens, all our sufferings, all our sicknesses, all our mental strains. The Lord gonna take it away. Our women gonna be in their right mind, so they're not gonna try to use our children as leverage against us anymore. They're not gonna keep us from our children anymore. When you're with a woman and you get her pregnant, she wouldn't cast forth your child anymore. It would be a joy to bring forth that man child. All right? You wouldn't have to go to work and then come home to hear that black bitch, and run in your ear all night. All right? They're going to be in their right mind. That way the scripture said in Proverbs 3:24, thy rest shall be sweet. Things like this is what we're hoping for. We're hoping for the kingdom to come. We're hoping for that rest. And our hope and our faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is what actually keeps us going. Because without that, guess what? We will be clinically mad. We might commit suicide or homicide. All right? We might do some criminal acts. We might thief. We might steal. When we don't have any money to pay our rents, we might go out and look to rob somebody. Because these are the things that 2/3 do. Because why? Because they don't have that hope. They don't have that hope. This is see if I can remember what it is. I believe it's 2 Timothy. It says 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 19. It says, nevertheless, the foundation of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, standeth sure. So the kingdom standeth sure. This word standeth sure. So we have hope in sure words. We have hope in something that we are sure going to come. That are sure, we are fully persuaded that it's going to come to pass. Having this seal, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai knoweth them that are his. And let everyone that nameth the name of Yahweh Shai Mashiach depart from iniquity. All right? So we depart from iniquity. We're not going to do evil things because of mental strain. We're not going to be driven to take our own life or take the life of another before time. Because the scripture says, you're going to send for many fishers and there many hunters. But as for now, we're supposed to be as lambs, as unwise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right? We're not going to be driven to steal. Because why? We depart from all iniquity because we have hope in a brighter tomorrow. Because we know Yahweh Hashem Yahushai coming to deliver us. There's the hope we have. All right? This is the hope we have. And we have to hold on to that hope. Because without that hope, guess what? We're going to fall. We're going to fall. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 8. It says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Because why? Because we can do all things through Yahweh Shai that strengthen us. The Lord strengthening us to continue in this road. It says, always bearing about the body, the dying of the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, that the life also of Yahweh Shai might be manifest in our body. So how the life of Yahweh Shai manifest in our body? Because why? We always bearing in the body the dying of Yahweh Shai. Didn't the scripture say I die daily? So now if we catching hell on every side and yet being just like Yahweh Shai, being humble and taking it humbly, we showing the life of Yahweh Shai. Showing that though persecuted, guess what? We still gonna be humble and serve him diligently. Because why? Because of that hope, that greater hope. It says, for we which live are always delivered unto death for Yahweh's sake, that the life also of Yahweh might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So then death worketh in us, but life in you. It says, we having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore I have spoken. And that is why we're doing this, because we believe. We believe in that brighter tomorrow. We also believe and therefore speak. It says, knowing that he which raised up, right? It says, knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahushai Mashiach shall raise us up also by Yahushai and shall present us with you. And this is hope, knowing that we're going to raise up, we're going to come out of this low estate. This is hope. This is the hope that Paul was speaking of, the hope of the brighter tomorrow, the hereafter. This is why Paul was doing what he was doing. It says, for all things are for your sakes, and that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many rebound to the glory of God. For which cause we faint not. Because why? Because of that hope. So we don't faint. And this is why we continue, because of that hope we have in Yahweh. Our faith and our hope is what sustains us. But though our outward man perish, we perish from what? From sickness, from mental strain. Yet the inward man is renewed day by day by what? By going through these scriptures. What it said, we have the holy scriptures to comfort us. We have the comforter. Yahweh said he would not leave us comfortless. For our light affliction, because guess what? There's something light that we're going through. Is but for a moment. It's not going to continue forever. Work it for us a more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Because what we're going to inherit ain't going to be compared to what we suffered. But when we inherit it, guess what? All these suffering is going to be forgotten. So let's hold on. Hold on to that faith. Hold on to that faith, even if it takes your last breath. Hold on to that faith and that hope. Because guess what? The scripture said in Hebrews 6:10, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshua is not unfaithful to forget your works of love shown towards his name. You will be rewarded. Just hold on. Verse 18, it says, while we look not at things that are seen, but at the things that are not seen. And what is that? Hope. That is hope. The scripture said, if we hope for things that we see, then it's not hope. It says, for the things that are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. So the things that we know that are not seen, that are not yet come, are eternal. Because why? It is written. And these are the things that we're hoping for. We're hoping to inherit these things. In Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And these will be looking forward to. But we have to hold on to that hope and that faith. Alright, so that is it. I hope it was edifying. Alright, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the men of the whole land, saints elect. This is Makazar from Trinidad Camp saying Shalom. Stay strong, Akim. Kwame Ashala.